Alrighty guys, it's this Durango. Y'all remember this Durango I worked on? They said it won't start. Now, here's the thing about what I always talk about covering your ass. I did exactly that, and it still was not covered. Here's what I'm talking about. Alright, I informed this customer that, yeah, we just did a lot of work. I just did a lot of work. However, your battery is failing. Let me see something. Yeah. Just click. Now, yes, she yelled out, I just replaced that battery. That may be fine and dandy, guys. All of that is okay, but that still don't take away the fact that you need a battery. All right. When I got done working on this car, and this is what's sad, this is what's pitiful. You could doing a lot of work on an engine or on a car. You get happy that it's fixed. You get ready to go test drive it. Okay, naturally, if the battery down, you jump it off, right? You jump it off, take your jump box off, the van or the truck still running. You go around the block, all right? Around the block, you come back, recheck everything, turn it off, click, click. You know what? There's a couple of things will tell you can get from that. One, that the charging system is working because you obviously was living off the alternator, and two, the battery's simply not taking a charge. So, you know me, it's a new battery. Let me put it on a charger. I don't know, maybe an hour charging it up. Same thing. See that? Why is that? You know what's crazy? Nice, good, healthy horn. All right, let me go test this battery again. Like I say, connection would cause that. See, sometime it'll fire right up. Every fifth. You see how those gauges going? That's from low voltage, guys. So this battery is acting crazy intermittently. All right. So back to my story. I informed them, look, she gonna need a battery, but she just had it's a brand new battery on this car. So they called the customer, I don't need no damn battery, blah, blah, blah. I was like, ma'am, just take it back. Have them test the battery that you got it from. And, you know what I'm saying? Just they'll give you another one if it's found to be ever start. Like I say, connections can cause that. That's tight. That's tight. Look, guys, they didn't even put this damn thing. They didn't even put the hydrogen gases could escape from him. And man, there's so many reckless ass mechanics out there, man. Everstar, is that Walmart? Maybe the Walmart mechanic did that. Well, anyway, let me go in the shop and test this out again. But yes, I look extremely bad right now because I just did a lot of work on this car. They come to get it, and guess what? Click, click, click. Even after covering my own ass, telling them, look, the car got a battery problem. I don't want to turn it off and turn it back on because I'm about to take it into the shop. All right, let's get it. Damn, man, I hate when this happens. It's your boy. All right, I'm in the shop. Let me see how it acts while in the shop. Oh my God. Just not that initial burst from a battery that's needed to start a car this size up. So let me go tell them your situation. She got to make a choice. Take it back and get you a new battery from them, or get one of our good, better Mopar batteries. All right, let's see what they do. Well, freaking well. Goodbye, Everlast. Got the nerve to call themselves platinum. You piece of junk. All right, we're going in with the best battery ever made. Okay, the best battery on the planet. The best battery. Ta-da. Yeah, baby. Mopar. Mopar, no car, baby. Yeah, we don't use Durman batteries or Everlast for that matter. Now, I had a scenario. I keep getting a lot of questions I'm about to play this out, guys. All right, I'm about to make a video on another topic because I get guys. In fact, let me put this back together. I'm gonna end this video right now, but let me tell y'all what I'm about to do for the guys that keep asking me this. I get this question a lot. All right, now I'm a YouTuber, okay, so I don't mind making a video showing. Even it could seem simple and logical, but yeah, who am I to question somebody wanting to know how to do something? I mean, it may seem easy to me, but right, that's because I've been doing this for a while. But I'm gonna play the scenario out. In fact, like I said, I'm gonna end this video. This video ended up with gonna be with a battery. All right, and I'll show y'all that it started every time after I put the battery in. So here's the scenario I'm about to play out. I get asked this all the time. Okay, car dead. In fact, yeah, the key on. Car dead. Okay, I'm gonna run this video here. I'm just gonna make a separate video. How's that? You go outside, car dead. You need a battery, okay? Because it's dead. Now here's the deal. A mechanic convinced DIY mobile mechanic convinced the customer, yes ma'am, you need a battery. You have no power nowhere. Okay, your battery is all the way dead. Okay, do it. And you go to a store and get a damn good battery like a Mopar. So you come back here ready to do it, and you remember the battery's under the seat. So you go back here all happy. Yes, I'm about to make this little easy money. In fact, the battery's back here. You take this off. Okay, yeah. All I gotta do is there's the battery, but I can't get it out. So I think I'm supposed to let the seat up. All right, remember the car is dead. You come up here, push this up, nothing. It dawned on you that there's no electricity going to the car because the battery dead. So what do you do? I'm gonna explain to you what do you do. However, you're gonna need one of these. Yes, guys, you're gonna need a freaking jump box. All right, that is because, let me explain something to you. Every vehicle that has batteries that's not visible under the hood will have a way to jump it off. All right, what I mean by that, they all will have some form of jump post. Okay, this is how you're gonna get power supply back to the car from a temporary basic, so you can move things such as the seat, so you can let it up and get the battery replaced. So you simply grab your jump box. Make sure you hook it up to the right ports. Red go on red, black go on black. It don't matter the way you do it because I don't have power going to it. Now, get this. You turn it on. Guess what? Now, there you go. See the seat moving up? That's because you manually added 12 volts to the vehicle. That's how you get power supply back to your vehicle in the event your battery dead. You're right. You cannot replace the battery if the seat is guarding it. Let the seat all the way up. All right. You can't even take the seat out because you can't clear the bolts to get to it. There you go. Ta-da. Now you can get to your battery and put it in right. Put this in. Make sure that go in the way it's supposed to. But that is how you remove your seat in the event you want to replace a battery on a car that's completely dead. Okay, you have to essentially use a jump box to send 12 volts to the vehicle's electrical system. All right, I want this video to be long, so that's all I have, man. I'm gonna take that part of the video out and put it as his own video because some people want to go directly to that comment. All right, let me get this battery replaced, man. I'm not gonna film that. Y'all know the drill. Unfortunately, guys, you will have to remove the auxiliary battery. Okay. Now the auxiliary battery, to my knowledge, don't play a role in cranking. It's not going directly to the starter and the alternator. Okay, so the bulk of your cranking electricity comes from the main battery. All right, I'm talking too much. Let me get this off and get this on, and let's wrap this up. And just like that, ta-da! Mopar, baby. Yes, one of the best batteries ever made. You know what's weird? The place where I got the battery from, want the old battery back. Okay, now she want her old battery back, so I guess so she can get prorated. I don't know, but she just want to be able to drive out of here with a peace of mind. Here's the thing though, like I say, I got to turn this battery back in, but she want her old battery. So what do we do when that happens? Do she pay the core here and go? I don't know. That's not my problem, guys. What I'm interested in. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is broke. Okay, one end go into the auxiliary battery and the other end go right here into the main battery. I will not let that ride. I'm going to find a T. Yeah, I do not want potential hydrogen gases escaping from under here during charging and could possibly, you know, harm the occupants, whoever's in here riding in it. I don't want that on my, you know, I don't want that on my back. So I'm going to find a T. I'm going to fix that. But the main thing, I want to see if the car fixed. All right, let's go around here. All right. Off. Feet on the brake. Let's see. Here goes nothing. Hey. I'm not convinced. Hey. I'm still not convinced. Hey. Wait a minute. One more damn time. I fixed it. Yes, guys, can you say success? Now I was a little concerned because, you know, a starter going bad could also cause those symptoms. But if you do your diagnosis right, if you notice those gauges was acting funny, okay, the battery has a lot of control over that. But yeah, guys, all right, we done. I don't want this video to be any longer than what it needs to be. Hold on, guys, one more time. Wonder why I gotta push it twice. You know what I'm saying? That's not a flaw. It's just that. Oh, let me say that. I'm take my foot off the brake. Feet on the brake. Okay, maybe you gotta release the brake. Off. Feet on the brake. Yeah. See, sometimes. Now I'm not getting the current as in before. So when the current flow goes to the starter solenoid actually actuating. All right, that's not the same problem as before. I'm just curious to why I put on the brake. Yeah. See, it's like, I don't know. That's not really a problem, but it can be perceived as a problem. But it's not. I'm not getting that click anymore, so. Guess who saved the day, damn it? Mopar, baby. All right, let me fix that T, guys, and I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, I'm done with this damn car. Caught myself covering my ass, and what do you know? It still wasn't good enough. We living in a brutal industry, guys. If you guys in the auto repair industry, it could be brutal sometimes. But whatever you do, whatsoever you do, CYA to the best of your ability. This was a CYA going wrong, going bad. All right. And what's crazy, he's saying he can't get me no labor for this. I'm cool with that part. It wasn't a real hard job to do, and I get it. You know, you got to pay $30-something for a battery and $200-something for labor. Yeah, I was like, man, just give me a battery, I'll put it in. But all right, one more time, dog. I'm serious this time. I'm for real. I know I play a lot, but this is my last time, I promise. Off, feet on the brake. I love it. I fixed it. God, JT the car guy. I'm out of here.